I'm from Portugal. Yeah. Like 5 years I'm living in France, I'm not living in Portugal.
Right.
I'm married with one guy from Ukraine. I have this experience the time I'm living in France. And my mind, things move. I open my eyes for different culture, different mentality.
Right.
And with my job, it's very good. I can find people in different countries every time.
Right.
Yeah.
So tell me again what you were stating a few minutes ago about people that come from other locations and not being able to speak Portuguese, or some that learn and others that choose not to learn.
I tell you that first people don't try to speak Portuguese in different cultures from Nepal, Bangladesh, India and Pakistan. These countries, the mentality completely different, not European mentality, the first. And they live in close community. You don't try learn because they don't find opportunities to learn and start to speak Portuguese.
Right.
And they speak very good English, and they don't try to speak a new language because they speak only in English. I start, hello, hola, bom dia,
Yeah,
tudo
bom
bem?
dia, exactly.
And olá, pouco a pouco, eu não falo português, pouco a pouco, like this. They respond like this, pouco a pouco. Yeah.
So how do the local Portuguese people feel about that when other people don't make an attempt to try to speak Portuguese?
The first problem, we speak very well English. This is the problem. Like you
Right.
don't try to speak Portuguese because all Portuguese, everybody speaks in English with you, it's true?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I think mentality important. Be very friendly with the tourists, with the people not country, and the people who live in Portugal feel like home because my people Portuguese very friendly with other nationality.
Okay. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah. And how long have you been speaking? Because you said you speak, what, 4 languages?
Yeah, my family live in the north of Portugal, close to Galicia, Spain. And all my life, I have opportunity to speak Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
My second language is Spanish.
Okay.
Because, Portuguese and Spanish is not very
Right.
different.
Exactly.
I'm in my country, I'm living in France 5 years. Of course, this time I'm living in France, I have a good opportunity to speak this language.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm married with one. I find one guy from Ukraine in Paris to speak Portuguese.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the reason because it's very difficult. Speak this. I don't understand. Before I can't understand nothing. The Slavic language, Ukrainian, Russian. This language is completely different to my language.
All right.
And I'm married, I'm still with this man 6 years. I have one son who speaks Russian, Ukrainian, Portuguese. He's born in Clermont-Ferrand, France, my son. This is my experience in life.
Right.
And I forget completely English this year because I don't have opportunity to speak in English. And last 2 years I start to work with Uber, Bolt, applicative.
Right.
These 2 years, I can practice with my clients in English. This is the reason I speak English, but it's not my favorite language.
I hear you. So you said there was a guy that spoke Portuguese within 7 months?
Yeah, this story is true. I find one client from London.
Mm-hmm.
He lived first in Germany. He speaks English, German, and they
exactly.
Very difficult.
That's good. Well, definitely. Thanks for sharing all that information. That's some great information
Thank
to
you.
know and to share with our Globetrotters around the world. They need to know this information about speaking in different languages and how to
Yeah.
communicate better and more effectively with people, the local people. So thank you.
Nothing. Thank you for
Yes.
listening me.
Oh, sure. No problem.
But I know I need to learn more English.
Oh, no,
I
you're doing
understand,
great. You speak great English.
But for you. I tell you, bom dia in Portuguese and dobre utra in Russian.
Okay.
And oh my God, I see that. Wait. Bom dia, dobre utra.
Я зараз что-то скажу маме, она тоже надо сказать.
Roda.
Что это такое ящерица?
Boa pergunta. E agora, traduz para português para a mamãe.
Translate for me.
Tu vais ensinar a mamãe a falar russo?
You teach me?
И это ящерица.
E assim,
I try, but I can't tell these words.
So his primary language is what? In French?
In Russian,
Okay.
Russian name. Ukraine, you know Russia,
Hmm.
Russia, and they speak same language, Slavic language.
Okay.
Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, you know these countries?
Yes, yes.
And the father of my son teach my son in I tell in Portuguese, Russia language.
Okay.
Russian language, yeah. And the grandparents live in Portugal, more than 20 years old. The grandparents, the father,
Mhm.
parents, the father of my son, they live in Portugal and they start teach my son in Ukrainian. You understand?
Okay.
Father in Russian, grandparents in Ukraine, and with me in Portuguese. And he born in France, my son. It's a big story.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Well, that's great that he's learning at such an early age. How old is he now?
7.
7 years old. That's
Yeah.
great.
He can speak 3 languages. Now start to learn English in the school.
So English will be the 4th language that he learns?
Yeah.
And he speaks 3 languages now at 7 years old. That's great.
You know, in Europe, it's very normally. It's very normal.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
It's mixed countries,
Right.
language. Lisbon is very international. You know, you moved in Lisbon.
Yes.
You can listen different language every time.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
You know, Union European is very easy travel.
Yes,
I
definitely.
I'm living in France 5 years. Very easy work. I don't need the papers. I don't need nothing.
Right.
Right. Because
That's the beauty of living in Europe. You can go to any country once you're in Europe. You can travel
now
around
in
and live.
England, no.
Oh, well, now England you can't, right, because of Brexit,
Yeah.
but the other countries you definitely can.
Belgium, Luxembourg, Spain, Italy,
Exactly.
Greece, no countries. I have my document, Portuguese.
Mhm.
I don't need the passport for
Right.
travel, nothing.
Exactly.
I can arrive it very fast. I have the contract for work. Very, very easy. Very easy. But normally the problem is language is completely different.
Right.
Thinking that it's very
Exactly.
difficult.
But at least you have, the barriers out of the way in regards to your documents. You don't have to worry about that. Learning the language is probably simple compared to having to go through a lot of the logistics of having to, go through documents for every country that you move around in.
Yeah.
So,
true.
yeah, so it's good that you don't have to do that.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the beauty of Europe, that you really just, once you're in Europe, you can go to all of the countries and
For example,
navigate around and then see the different languages and then take it from there and hopefully learn some of them. It's a process, but especially for people like myself from the United States, I told you we're lazy when it comes to learning languages, so we have to take a more concerted effort to learning these languages and communicating, especially with the locals.
Yeah, it's very easy for you to communicate to it. But the big problem is the government don't help the people for study, for the language. Different in France. In France, it's very easy for you. They pay you for your study. You understand?
Right, yeah, exactly.
Because the mentality is mandatory for you to speak French. Because you can't work in France, you don't speak the language.
Right,
They don't accept you. Like in Spain.
right.
In Portugal, it's different. In Portugal, they accept you. You speak in English. It's perfect for you.
Right, but they do want you to speak Portuguese. Like for me, I'm on the D7 visa, which after 5 years I can become a citizen, but I need to also be able to speak Portuguese for citizenship.
But
So
you have 5 years.
right.
In 5 years,
I have to learn. So yeah, I have to.
now you have more 2 years.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to run.
Yeah, exactly.
Now it's a good opportunity for you. I think it's not difficult. You find maybe one teacher online.
Yeah, I told you my problem has been, what I was telling you earlier in regards to, I need to be taught from the ground level, like a kindergarten, a young child, learning the alphabets, how to pronunciate the alphabets and going from there instead of the vocabulary that they start throwing out, like the first thing you learn is bon dia, okay, to say good morning or good day.
I remember me in France. The first year it's more difficult for me to start to speak French. I'm working in one hotel with 3 guys from Colombia,
Right.
and I start to speak Spanish with today normally. And my boss is Portuguese. It's not difficult for me speaking Portuguese. For it's not the first 8 months. It's not difficult for me speaking. I speak only Spanish and Portuguese.
Okay.
After 8 months, I'm saying the job. I'm work with a big supermarket. It's obligatory for me to start speaking French. I'm very communicative one, like you can see. And I try every day. I'm stop speak with people who work in this supermarket, and I ask today. Tell me this word, tell me this word, tell me this. If they tell me every day. After 1 year, I can speak perfect French because I give my best. I try.
Exactly.
I'm not afraid like English. I know I don't speak correct English, but I'm not afraid to speak.
Exactly.
I try.
Exactly. You hear that, Globetrotter? She tries, so you have to try in order to get there and learn the languages.
Like you Portuguese now.
Exactly. I try.
Yeah, you try.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't speak correct, but what is the problem? Normally, you don't. It's not your maternal language. Normally, you don't speak
And the
correct.
good thing for me, I like to surround myself with other local people so that I can learn the language better and learn the culture better and things of that nature. So a lot of people, expats and travelers that come, a lot of times they surround themselves with other travelers and not with the local people. So they really never really get to learn the local culture, the local language, the local foods, things
You
of
like
that
the
nature.
food Portuguese?
Oh, yes, of course. Yes.
We have a traditional food, not only McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly.
Fast food. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, the Portuguese food is good. The more Mediterranean style food, which is good.
And true food.
Yeah, it is.
Like this is
Without all the fattening stuff that's in the U.S. and the preservatives and all of that stuff. I like that about Europe is that they don't allow a lot of those preservatives in the food here, which is good.
it's true. The food Portuguese. I like the Mediterranean food. Italian, Spain.
Exactly.
The food is very good in Greece.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes. Well, again, thanks for your time and sharing all this information with our Globetrotters around the world.
We have a big trip.
Yeah, I see. We got a little traffic jam here. Can you say that again about the people from the north?
I tell you, people from the north of Portugal, more friendly people from Lisbon. Lisbon is more international, you understand? North is more Portuguese, more cultural Portuguese. And the mentality is completely different. I remember one client tell me, my friend moved from Porto, not Porto, after Porto, 100 kilometers, Viana do Castelo. And my client tell me, the friend stay very happy after 1 year, have a big group of friends, go to the cinema, go to discotheque, restaurant, very fast. They accept her. You understand?
Yeah, that's good.
It is a big difference. Lisbon.
Yeah, it is totally different here in Lisbon, integrating a lot of times.
Yeah. I think maybe you have opportunity now to travel in Portugal. I think it's a good opportunity for you to understand the different mentalities.
Oh yeah, no, and I've been up north to Porto a few times, and I found that to be true as well. That a lot of people are. I haven't been to Braga yet.
Braga,
Braga.
My last house apartment in the north in Braga. I'm in it the house my mother when I'm 20 years, and I lived 3 years in Braga. Braga is a very beautiful city.
Yeah, I haven't been up there yet. I need to go.
Braga, Coimbra.
Yeah, Coimbra.
Guimarães.
And I've
Guimarães is true Portuguese. It's close. Guimarães is close to Braga.
Right. And Aveiro.
Aveiro.
Yeah, I've been there. And Nazaré.
Nazaré is close to Lisbon.
Right. Yeah, it's about an hour away.
But it's very beautiful.
Yes.